Hello, everybody. I'm wearing floral in autumn. That's groundbreaking. Where is everyone? I'm gonna eat. I'm really hungry. And I don't think the notifications went out. So I guess I have to wait for lunch. Some of you are having breakfast right now, depending what part of the world you're in, and some of you are gonna have dinner. Some of you have already eaten. Very complicated. Oh, I have to cut my beard. My mustache. It's getting very long. Oh, I have the actual food prepared. And this is a funny story about the food. No, not the food, actually. The story is funny about the tray. Pio Connell, hi Dacob, I'm eating too. Hey, cool. Welcome, welcome. Look, little sticks. So I have like the McDonald's tray, which I got from McDonald's. So you don't want to know. But it's a secret. Okay, so I have sushi here. Now, you know that we live in a politically correct world, and you're going to have people who don't eat animals complaining, and then you're going to have people eating animals complaining about the people complaining that are not eating animals. I happen to love fish, and yeah, so I'm going to eat it. So be warned, there will be consumption of animals. I'm going to eat sushi. This is how it looks like, and I actually prepared my little wasabi here. Not wasabi, the oh my god, the wasabi is actually inside. I put the wasabi in there, but I have my soy sauce there mixed with the wasabi because I love to have it very, very spicy. Well, spicy, you know, intense, right? And then we have everything's gonna fall down because if I tilt this, there you have those little sushi things. Nick says hello. Hi, Nick. How you doing? Okay, so we have a little bit of, I mean, usually I have tuna fish, but today there's no tuna. This is some other fish here. It's kind of golden. Maybe it's yellow tuna, or what's it called? Something snapper, flipper, flapper. Then we got salmon. We got some prawns here. There's another fish. Eel. I think this is eel. And then we got shredded tuna. No, this is shredded salmon. Love is who I am. Hello, my loves. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? So this one here, this is salmon, and it's kind of shredded, and then there's a little bit of spices on it. This is the spicy salmon. Then there's also the vegetarian version. There's like paprika and cucumber. Wait, let me take all these little plastic grass thingamajiggies out. We ain't gonna eat those. They embellish, but they're such a waste. Simon says, hi, Daco. Bon appetit. Thank you so much, Simon. You can join us for a meal. Look at all these bits of plastic. Love is who I am says, that looks delish. It is. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into it. Oh my God, how many of these plastics are there? Loves me not. Loves me not. Oh no, I ended on loves me not. Oh well. Figure, go figure. Okay, so then we have. Okay, so this is the cucumber version. Amelia says, "Bon apple tea." Thank you, darling. I know you're vegetarian, so you go grab the vegetarian sushi. Look, I got a vegetarian one for you. This one is with cucumber. This one is with the paprika. Then we got this one is with. Huh, that's interesting. Two different types of. So we got tuna at the bottom, and we got tuna at the top. Ah, no, it's just because like maybe changed color because of the. You know how susceptible the proteins are. If they get in touch with any sort of acid, they change. Oh no, this one didn't actually. So there you have it. Tuna and paprika. Here we got like that was kind of raw tuna. Here we have the prepared tuna with the cucumber. And that's about it. The only difficult part is going to be getting the tail off this shrimp because, you know, Oh my God. This is like my first eating video, and I'm already foreseeing disaster because it's all gonna fall apart. Because I have to hold the tray, the McDonald's tray, by the way, for sushi. And no, I did not get the sushi at McDonald's. Love says, all that is missing is the sake. Well, girl, if I had the sake right now, you know how that would end. Wait, let me just, okay, so let's not hide anything on this video. I'm gonna have to do this. This is gonna be so not elegant, but what the fuck? Oops, I said the F word. I apologize. So we got the little guy here, and I have to pull the tail off because I can't eat that. Oh gosh. So are we gonna like be really unpolite? I'm just gonna take it in my hand. There you have it. Eleganza is dead. Simon says you're always elegant. Yeah, that was yesterday, girl. And we gotta pull these little tiny, these little thingamajiggies. One is off, and the second one is off too. Thomas says, as Italian, eating sushi to me is really weird and totally unsatisfying. Well, sorry for you, because sushi is amazing. So we cleared this tail. This one is ready to be eaten. And I'm gonna clean the other one. So bear with me. The eleganza will come soon. Brighton Vlogger, hello, handsome. Hey, how you doing? Look, you want to eat with us? Brighton? There you go. This I cannot digest. But all right, so great. No, I didn't get my okay. All right. They didn't give me enough ginger though. Zoe says, I've never tried sushi, but I'd love to try it one day. I mean, it's not for everyone. Like, for example, I mean, I know a lot of my friends, it's just they can't even see it, let alone like taste it. Kevin says, Dacob, can you give some advice for looking for a job in fashion? Just moved to a bigger city after graduating and have had 2 interviews, but have not had success. Oof. Are you sure you want to go into the fashion industry? Because it's a tough industry, you know. You always have to be, I mean, if you're moving into a bigger city, you know, they want you to prove yourself. You have to be dressed perfectly. Melinda says, I'm too late. No, you're not, Melinda. Hi. Look, I didn't even start eating yet. Look, it's all, look, wait. Oh, God. Guys, I foresee disaster. The soy sauce is going to fly into the camera. So really, oh, there you go. Me, my McDonald's tray, the sushi, and the leftover tails from the little shrimps here. So, sorry. As I was saying, you got to dress to impress, but don't fake it. Very tricky. You got to feel very confident and comfortable in your own skin. And you don't have to, and this is a big mistake a lot of people do, a lot of people make. They think that in order to get a job in fashion, you have to wear the latest things that are in the stores. You got to prove to them that the clothes don't wear you, you wear them. So no matter what you wear, you got to make it look like $1 million. And by that, I don't mean expensive. I mean like you were born into that style. And by style, I don't mean stuff that's expensive. I mean knowing how to pull something off. Mixing things up, a little bit of vintage, you know, something can be in you, a little bit of detail or something, but don't get the newest sneakers from Balenciaga or whatever, you know, you just don't follow those trends. Don't be a victim, and do not show the fashion industry that you're a victim. You know, you're a leader. And no matter from what part of the world you come from, in that moment you're a leader. Because this is the thing. Yes, you're looking for a job, but they have to give you a job because they want to have the feeling that you're good for them, that they need you. They need you for something. What do you have to offer them? You know, if you arrive there dressed up like a victim of fashion, they're going to be like, what good are you to us? So you have to make it very clear to them that what you're bringing to the table is new, is different from what they've seen. but you still have to make it relatable. You know what I mean? Invisible Girl 422, Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Taylor says, I came just in time. Yes, you did. Taylor says, that's amazing advice. Thank you, Taylor. Simon says, you plus sushi plus that shirt, iconic. Haha. Wait, but I missed a comment by Emilio somewhere up there. Oh, Emilio loves him some vegetarian sushi. So, guys, like, if anybody still has to get some food or a snack, I can wait a little, you know. Melinda says, can't stay for long. Okay, so Melly is not eating with us. Kevin says, thank you, Dacob. I am a leader. Love you. Yes, you are a leader. You know, never be arrogant. Always be humble. Always be humble, but be very precise, you know? Debbie says, Dacob is doing a mukbang. How interesting. Yes, it's my first mukbang ever. History in the making. Like 20 years too late for mukbang videos, but you're never too late in the fashion bunker. Love is who I am. It's our moderator, Debbie. Debbie in the house, y'all. So listen, always be humble. You know, you don't want to be all the time, you know. And listen, I'm all about all the genders, all the preferences, gay, straight, whatever have you. But don't cliche-ify yourself. Don't fall for that cliche, because that's just as much as being a victim as overdressing or needing to have the latest sneaker or shoe or accessory. Tone it down, but be specific about your output, like, or to them, the input, you know, what you tell them, what you suggest, how you could be good for their brand. And for also the people and the co-workers, because you're going to be working in a team, you're going to have all your colleagues. You know, show the people that you're a nice person, that you're easy to deal with, that you're not complicated, you know, that you're not a drama queen. So, yes. Yes. So, okay. So, oh my God, guys, the camera is so far away. Like, the chat is this tiny on the iPad cam. Watching you eat is making me crave spicy ramen noodles with poached eggs and onion. Taylor gives us thumbs up. Good, guys, give me thumbs up if you like the video. Show us the love. Show us the love. Thumb it up. Amelia says, tone that shit down. Jasmine Masters. Totally. And learn how to edit. Oh, Melinda's having chicken salad. Good for you. Kevin says, thank you, Daco. Appreciate you. Thank you, Kevin. And listen, guys, you know, for those of you who follow me, you know, I started this video editing course. Okay, let me finally, like, dig into this. I love to talk to you. I feel like it's so unpolite. You see how difficult it is for me? It's so unpolite for me to eat in front of you because I think it's not polite. Here you go. I'm going to dig into this one. For food. And a bit of ginger. But you know, this is all the ginger they gave me. That's not enough. Oh, Melissa, we love to watch you eat. Lol. Oh my God. So I started this editing course. And truth be told, guys, now listen, it's been a long time that I've been to school. She's been around the block a couple of times. So this is the thing. Truth be told, you guys, I have had, you know, watching reality TV shows, but not really those like reality competition TV shows like RuPaul's Drag Race or, I don't know, some other stuff. Like all of those things where there's a competition or, oh my God, my brain is dead. Project Runway and all that stuff. You know, they keep telling you, edit down, tone it down, tone it down. And you watch these TV shows and you're thinking to yourself, what are they talking about? Like, what? It's just to create drama. No, it's not true. It's actually really true, because now that I'm doing this editing course, so I did my first project. I finished, let's say 90% finished my first video to kind of go in depth about Avid Media Composer, the program to edit. So I had my teacher come to me, you know, and check out my progression. I was showing her how I was progressing, and I made it very clear to her when I showed her the first rock edit. I was like, listen, this is very rough and I don't have the right sounds in yet and the right music, but just to let you know the direction. And it's like a little tiny snippet about like skiing, and it's really very nothing artistic, you know. It's about showcasing this little village that has a ski resort in it, and people are skiing, and it's like interviews with the people. How's it going? Are you liking, are you liking the skiing? Why are you here? How often do you come here? And then there's a little bit of close-ups of them putting on the skis, people skiing, little dogs running around the snow, happy, that stuff. So you have to learn how to edit things in, how to develop a structure, a rhythm to the images. And of course, I know that shit already, but I don't know how to use Avid. Well, now I do. And so I edited my thing, and then my teacher came and I warned her about what I was going to change anyway. And then I changed it. I made it already shorter, toned it down from 4 minutes to 3. And then I showed her with more sound. And then she came and she said, okay, Dacob, there's stuff you gotta edit out. And I was like, oh my God, it feels like being one of those TV shows. I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to her, because I know that if you listen to the judges, you go to the next round. So it's like, I'm going to take this woman by her word. Whatever she tells me to do, I'm going to do it. So she said, tone this down. This image you don't need. This is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. And I was very humble about it. I was like, yes, I will do that. Thank you so much for your suggestion. And I did it, and it made the video better, and it flows. And she's professional. She's been doing it for over 20 years. So you got to trust the people, as well. And I trusted her, and I toned it down. So my video is now 1 minute and 40 seconds, and it's flawless. So she saw it in the 1 minute and 40 version, and she's like, wow, this is good. It's funny, but at the same time, it's honest, but it doesn't make fun of the people, but it laughs with the people, and all that kind of, okay, I'm blabbering. And so it's all about editing. And same applies for clothing. And I've learned this, oh my God, this is a big one. Oh my God, there's a bit of mayonnaise in here too. Japanese mayonnaise to die for. I love Japanese mayonnaise. Oh, Aflan, hey, how you doing? Hey, Deep. I was just at Panda's. Food. Nick says, did you get my direct message on Instagram? The Laura Palmer video. Nick, sweetie, I did, but you sent it to me while I was at my course. I'm really late with catching up with everything, because now I'm like a full-time student. I have to look at it later. Oh my God, guys. This is so good. Okay, I'm going to try this one, because I don't know. This yellow thing here, it ain't tuna. Usually it's just, kind of red tuna. Oh, come on. It's all sticky rice. Sticky. Oof, this one's very fishy. Nick says, I know how busy you are. No, I'm going to check it out. Don't worry. Sorry I didn't check it out earlier, but as I saw your message, it was like in a break between editing, and I couldn't. Okay, I'm going to do this one. The stinky one. This one smells like real fish. Really fishy. Oh. Very intense. Not liking this one. Oh. No. I won't be having the second one. Very fishy. Too much for my taste. I love my fish, but not that fishy. Okay, this is an easier one. Oh, Darla, good Lord. Are you hungry? Oh no, my sushi fell up. I told you it's going to be disaster. Oh darn. We're swimming in the soy sauce. Well, there you have it, guys. I know I'm going to spill something on my shirt. I'm foreseeing trouble. Enough of fish. I'm going to have the vegetarian one for Emilio. Okay? All right. So editing. Same thing applies for clothing. If you're going to, I don't know, the more time passes and the less I need to over accessorize. I mean, Melinda's asking what am I drinking with it. I actually wanted to get Diet Coke or Coke Zero, but I forgot. So I got sparkling water. Now right here. Like super boring, right? But it's water. Bubbly water. So what were we talking about? Editing. So I trust them. Oh yeah, Melinda has Coke Zero. I would love some Coke Zero to wash away this yellow fish. Oof. Don't like it. Okay, let's have another one of these. Guys, I'm a disaster. What can I tell you? Look, this is like the eleganza is dead. The death of eleganza. All this time building up an elegant channel worthy of something, all down the drain after not knowing how to eat sushi. Amelia's very mezzo mix. It's a German thing. Okay. Oh, great. Everybody's laughing. Yeah. It's, oh, yes. Yeah, super deep. That's bicep training. Wait, who said that? Melinda said? No. Oh, Darla Villani. That's some bicep training. I got the muscles. Oh, my God. So yes, look at this. The tragedy of it all. It's becoming tragic. Yeah, it's still okay. But let me tell you one thing. Dacob is thick. Thick in Australian means stupid. Bodhi, Dacob, I've been wanting to ask you what you think about the Hermes Sac à Dépêche, their men's briefcase. I have to look at it more. I don't know. I don't know. Does it have any glazing, or is it completely like sewed in? That's something I need to know before I judge, because I don't like the glazing on the Kellys and on the Birkins. You know, I don't like that. No, and I've seen some vintage Kellys and Birkins, and that's always a spot where things crack. Always. Like, oh, vintage Birkin, 6,000 to 8,000 with cracked glazing. Oh yeah, it is 6,000 to 8,000 because of the cracked glazing. Otherwise, it would have been more. I mean, you're like, do you hear crickets in the background? No. But yeah, what do I want to say? I don't know. Oh, I started watching Orville, Seth MacFarlane's new show, and I'm really liking it. It's like what I've always dreamed Star Trek to be. Orville. Is it called Orville? Well, let me check. I actually opened. No, I actually closed it. I think it's called Orville. Oh no, Pio Connell, I just dropped my food all over the floor. Oh no. I'm gonna drop it too soon because like if this camera falls, it's gonna fall right into the food. It's a mess. Like everything is hanging by a loose thread. Guys, I can't read your names too far. Tiso Barcelona, maybe? Hi, Dacob, any vintage piece by Helmut Lang in your fashion bunker? Yes, I do have a couple pieces. P. O'Connell, why did you drop your food? What happened, girl? What happened? Wait, we're gonna do the salmon now. I'm gonna dips it. We dips it and we eats it. Oh, salmon is good. But this yellow thing, does anybody know what this is? I can't. You know, food is a special thing. Melinda is full now. Melinda, that was quick. Well, talking and eating, it's really difficult. Well, Amelia, if this is tuna, I think it's bad then because it shouldn't have this color. It should be, I guess, it should be rosy or red. Yellowfin tuna, Debbie says. I hope so. Otherwise, I might have gotten food poisoning by eating one of them. Oh, God, could you imagine tomorrow broadcasting live from the hospital? I'm so tragic. Well, now we know I'm not the best at mukbang videos. Eduardo, I missed you. Oh, missed you too. Wait, I'm missing all the comments. Carrie, hey Dacob, isn't sushi the best food ever? I had all you can eat sushi on Sunday. It was so good. Yummy. Emma says, hi, what fragrance would you recommend for a young woman? Oh my God, it was so spicy. I don't know what I would recommend for a young woman. That's a very difficult question because every young woman has a different taste. You know, you gotta smell the perfume on your skin for at least 1 hour or 2 hours to know if you like it. Because you have to like it on yourself before others. You have to like it. Others, whatever. You like sweet fragrances? If you like sweet fragrances, try Poison Girl. It's intense and very sweet. Try that one. They market it as young, but it's a powerhouse, let me tell you. Melinda says, I say he's wearing Sycamore. Oh, what am I wearing today? You'd be surprised. I have a mix. I started off the day with Jassalmer by Comme des Garçons, and now I'm wearing number 19 Eau de Toilette. That's my mix of the day. So I blended the two kind of on the way throughout the day. That makes any sense? But right now I smell Jassalmer more than I do number 19, even though I put it on before number 19. Go figure. But yeah, no Sycamore today because it didn't feel like a Sycamore day. You know, when autumn kicks in, I love to wear Sycamore when it's more humid. And today was like a sunny day. It felt very much like a Twin Peaks autumn type of day, you know. Cheska says, love the shirt, Dacob. Thank you so much. Floral in autumn. Groundbreaking. These are hibiscus flowers. And, pockets on the chest for whatever reason. Darla says, Tangencia question. Curious to hear your take on Valentino selling his company. Just rewatched the documentary The Last Emperor. So moving. Well, if you're not going to have really family to take over, what are you going to do? You know, you can't keep working forever. Not everybody's like Chanel, like you die working literally. I think a person also needs to enjoy their life a little bit, you know? He's not the youngest, so. Oh my God, Debbie says that usually they have snow by now in Alaska, but no snow yet. Okay, so Carrie says, how do your perfume last so long? I thought perfumes expire after 5 years. No, that's what the industry tells you. I mean, now there's a law, they have to like state on every perfume bottle, like before you open it, it says like, Media says, oh wow, Debbie's from Alaska, that's awesome. Yeah, it is. And she can see Russia from Alaska. But only when Sarah Palin invites her to her house. No, what was I saying? So they have to, by law, they have to like state, oh, the fragrance, you know, once you open it, lasts only 36 months. So less than 5 years. But it lasts longer. They just want you to use stuff quicker. You know what I mean? You got to store it, you know, just don't put them in direct sunlight, but it's okay. And even if they're a bit older and then the top notes are gone and they smell a little bit, you know, a little bit aggressive, you could say, doesn't matter, because if the perfume is good quality, once the top notes are gone, you're going to still have those base notes that are going to be amazing. And the base notes are what truly tells us if the fragrance is good or bad. And the base notes usually don't go bad or sour, you know. Great example is Chanel number 5. No matter how old a bottle I find of Chanel number 5, and no matter how gone the top notes are, the bottom the bottom is always amazing. It's always warm, like a blanket of roses. It's just amazing, you know. I'm missing all the comments. Emilia says, I never had a perfume go bad ever. Yeah. Melinda says, working is getting and way of having fun times with Dacob. Oh, don't worry about it. You can watch the video later if you got to go to work. If I get food poisoning from the fish, you could check my live stream from the hospital. Because this yellow one, I really... not happening. I think the safest is to have this shrimp because they're like, you know what I mean? They seem like they've been dried. Debbie says, I hunt out the old fragrances better than most of the new ones. Me too. I love the older fragrances. Oh my God, bro, the food coming out. Wait, Simon asks, what do you think about the new Hermes perfume, Twilly d'Hermes? Curious to know. I don't know what to think about it. Wait, is it called Twilly d'Hermes? Or does it have a different name? I might be confusing two perfumes now. Because what I think is Twilly d'Hermes is kind of sweet and kind of La Vie est Belle direction, but the Hermes version of it. If we're talking about the same perfume, though, you know what I mean? So I'm not so sure if we're talking about the same fragrance. Melinda just got Jean-Paul Gaultier's candle just for the bottle. Yeah, the bottle is amazing, but the perfume is oof. But the bottle is so gorgeous. Even the box with the flocked tin can. Kevin Farah, what do you think of Hanemori fragrances? That's my go-to. I have to try them. I had a face. I just applied a single spray of blue Santal by Comme des Garçons. Woody, piney, balsamic goodness, but super sharp and strong. Yummy. Yummy. Would be good to kind of... I have the feeling everything's falling here. Am I right? No, I don't know. To combine it with Jassalmer maybe, or with Kyoto. Also from Comme des Garçons. Melinda asks, can we send you anything yet? No, still no P.O. box, guys. Simon says, love the bottle too, but too strong for me. You know, it's an issue with the strength, but you could apply it on your legs. If something is too strong, that's what I always suggest. Apply it to your legs and then put on your pants. Like behind the knee, because that's where the pulse is. So behind the knee, I'm going to have a huge bite now. I won't be able to talk. Behind the knee is similar to... Wait, let me put this down. To here and here. But it's more far away from the nose. So if the fragrance is too intense, you won't see it, you won't smell it as much. That's my tip. And it's very sexy too. Because somebody who's into you, attracted by you, they want to they can't really figure out where the smell is coming from, and it lures them in because they think it's coming from here or there. Emilia says, I wear perfume everywhere. I know you do. Very daring, very daring. Guys, by the way, did anybody ever hear Emilio sing? It's incredible. His voice is amazing. Yeah, sure. Simon says that's a very great tip. Thanks. Try it out. You might enjoy it. Okay, I think this is going to be my last one. I can't anymore, guys. This is too much for me. Emilia. Oh, Emilia says, oh my God, thank you. Why are you surprised? You have an amazing voice. I'm just surprised you don't post more stuff. You don't post more sung bits on your Twitter and in general, also on Instagram. I'm done. I can't. Almost finished, but I'm going to leave this for later. I'm going to put this in the fridge. I'm not going to throw food away. I never throw food away. I have too much respect for food. Except for this one. I'm afraid this one might not be fresh. I don't know. So this is all going to go into the fridge as soon as I'm done with the broadcast. But Piogon says, I'll eat the rest for you. Go ahead, girl. Have a bite. Oh my God. So how did it go, guys? Like, how do you think the first mukbang went? I had a spicy one. Oh, yeah, I'm going to save it for later. Simon says, save it for later. I will. Amiga says, I will start doing my own stuff at the university soon for sure. That's good. Because I remember, what did you sing? I remember seeing it on Twitter. You posted on Twitter. You sang from West Side Story. Didn't you sing something from West Side Story? Emilia says, probably the most elegant mukbang I've ever seen. No, it's not. That's hilarious. Angie says, just now joining. What did you eat? I had sushi. There's still some sushi. Well, let me get it. This is what's left of the... This is what I had, guys. Well, it's what's left. You gotta get the muck for your bang. You know? Okay. So, Emilio, so you sang, I remember you did the West Side Story bit. And Simon says, amazing is everything you do. What was the song from West Side Story that you sang? Oh, that was amazing. Angie says, I like your shirt. Perfect for fall. Thank you so much. Actually, I should make a tea. I love hibiscus. Hibiscus, I guess the pronunciation. The Latin, from the Latin, the flower. Hibiscus or hibiscus? Hibiscus or hibiscus. 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 This one. I think it's also called the wild rose because they kind of close and then there's like little red fruit. The red is so beautiful and you make tea out of it. Or am I mixing up my plants now? That could be too. But yeah, so I was saying, okay, so first of all, now, you know, for those who follow me know that I love Twin Peaks and, you know, and Twin Peaks is over and we're hoping that Twin Peaks will come back in season 4, but we don't know for now. But what we do know is that TV still exists and TV shows still exist. So I'm so thrilled that Outlander is back with season 3. I don't know if you guys love Outlander. I'm a huge fan of Outlander. And season 3 began and I've watched the first 3 episodes and they're amazing. And now Orville. Is it Orville? with Seth MacFarlane, and I'm really liking Orville. And now I'm burping. That's so elegant. Emilio says, no, I don't remember singing anything from West Side Story. I posted some stuff of me singing Macedonian folk songs. No, you sang something, and you were dressed all in black. It almost looked, it wasn't a church, but it looked like so reverential. And then you, I can't go that back in your like Twitter feed now to find the video. Melinda loves Outlander. B. Alex says, love Outlander. The Paris outfits were amazing. Oh my God, they were so amazing. Emilia says, oh yeah, the Vagabond. Yes. That's the one you sang. Yes. Simon says, do you like American Horror Story? Simon, I know you don't like when people get shady, but I loved American Horror Story season 1. I loved season 2 scared me a little bit. You know, the Asylum was tough. I loved the Coven. The Coven takes the cake for me. And then it kind of started going downhill from there. And then from the moment when Jessica Lange left and somebody else arrived, I lost total interest. Be Alex Balenciaga. Yes. Oh my God. Frances Conroy, a mythological creature. I love that actress so much. She was incredible. So Cult, I did watch the first episodes, and I did post something kind of, you could say, critical on Twitter. I said that I don't, you know, I think American Horror Story is struggling since a couple of seasons, but like, you know, for Ryan Murphy to cast actors that look like porn stars, and nothing against porn stars. Absolutely nothing. I actually know a few. It's all great. But don't give me that soft porn vibe and you don't know how to act. That doesn't help elevate the quality of the show. And it just, to me, you know, it's like, what's his name? The guy who's the cop. Oh, is Melinda leaving? Oh, bye, Melinda. Have a great day. Emilio only watched Hotel because of somebody he likes very much. But other than that, he doesn't watch American Horror Story. Melinda says, you too, Debbie. Oh, bye, Melinda. Kevin says, I gave up at the clown season. The thing is, the first 3 seasons were cool. Granted, the second one was very painful and brutal to watch. But the quality was there. But let's say season 1 and season 3, I really enjoyed. Everything else. So I did watch the first 3 episodes of Cult. We have Sarah Paulson screaming and crying all the time. It's really getting on my nerves. I'm really not enjoying it. But I love Sarah Paulson, again. And I love what she did in the OJ, you know, what is it called? American Crime Story? Or what was it called? The People Against OJ Simpson. She was incredible. She was incredible in that show. Also Ryan Murphy, by the way. But Jessica Lange, you know, and Susan Sarandon did an incredible job, in my humble opinion. I know a lot of people out there don't like a feud or the feud about, you know, Betty Davis and Mommy Dearest. I always forget her name. Why do I forget her name? Somebody write her name, please. Betty Davis and anyway, they should have won a lot of Emmys. They didn't win like anything. They did not win any award because Pretty Little Liars took all the awards home, you know? And the feud was really good, in my opinion. And the acting was incredible. And Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange were just amazing. Joan Crawford, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie. Yes, Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. Now, I know a lot of people say, especially Tammy Brown, one of my favorite girls from RuPaul's Drag Race, you know, she knows her Joan Crawford history and Betty Davis. And she said that most of the stuff from the feud was not truthful to how it all really went down. And so she says that she was very disappointed with Ryan Murphy. So I don't know, you know, I only know what I've read from books, and there are contrasting opinions about the feud, and you know, but or about what went really down with Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. But despite all of that, in terms of the fiction aspect of the TV show and the acting and the casting and the writing, I really enjoyed the feud. I also loved Pretty Little Liars. I really loved Pretty Little Liars. But I like the aesthetic of the feud much more. In terms of acting, I loved both, all of the actors, the whole ensemble from Pretty Little Liars, and also the whole ensemble from the feud. Emma says, hi, Dacob. Hi, Emma. How you doing? But yesterday, I found out that there's a new show. The same actor who acted in Bates Motel, he was Norman Bates. I don't remember his name. He's now acting in a TV show called The Good Doctor. So I'm going to watch that today. And I also found out a show called Young Sheldon. No clue what it is. I just see season 1, episode 1. Like, I see a title and then I say, okay, I'm going to watch it. Oh yeah, Simon says, I can't wait for American Crime Story Versace. Yes, me too. Even though Penelope Cruz. Forever Fragrant Kid, how you doing? T says, yes, that looks good. What, the Young Doctor? And also Young Sheldon. Emma says, feud is great. So interesting to watch. I agree. Invisible Girl 422 says, I went to the 60s yesterday. What do you mean? Traveled back in time? B. Alex says, have you seen The Young Pope? It is fantastic. No, I haven't. But then there's another series that just started. It's called The Brave. I don't know if I'm going to like that. And one that definitely sounds very intriguing is called Absentia. First 2 episodes are out. Oh, and I started watching a couple of weeks ago, The Sinner. I hope this doesn't fall. The Sinner. Wow. That's a good one, guys. And The Sinner is already at its like episode 7, or I think maybe like the last episode from season 1 aired already. I'm not so sure. I have to double check. But The Sinner was really good. Really good. It started off like meh, but it veered off. It became really good really soon. Pio Collins says, Young Sheldon is Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Oh. Then I don't know. We'll see. But then I also see that there's a new series called Liar. Liar aired or streamed or whatever 3 episodes from season 1 already. So I'm going to have to check Liar. And then Star Trek Discovery. I'm going to have to check that as well. But Orville is definitely my favorite in terms of fun and a really, really creative twist and turn on Star Trek. The topic in episode 3 was incredible. It was about gender change. I mean, it was something that Star Trek never touched base on, and Orville, Seth MacFarlane did. And wow. I don't want to spoil the 3rd episode. Like, every episode is more or less separate from one another, so it's not like there's this progression. There's a little bit of a storyline flowing through, obviously, but there's like a main topic for every episode, and this one was really good. The third episode. Emma says, do you watch documentaries? If so, what kind? And Debbie says, movie-wise, Rosemary's Baby and Jackie. Oh, Rosemary's Baby is amazing. Jackie? You mean Jacqueline Kennedy, the movie Jackie? Yeah, I like both really very much. But so what kind of documentaries do I like? You know, documentaries is a sort of a format that usually ends up on YouTube. Most documentaries kind of end up on YouTube, and I literally watch everything. I love documentaries. It can be documentaries on animals, on living people, on people that have passed away, on history, war. One of my favorite series, I actually watched it on YouTube. I forgot the name of it, but it's about all the death traps that the Victorian era, the Tudor era, and all those kind of eras in Great Britain had. So like the death traps in the houses. like what people didn't know, because the innovation of technology came along, you know, step by step. And, you know, when electricity was first introduced into houses, people still had gas. They didn't know that if you mix electricity and gas, you blow to smithereens. So basically the houses were death traps. People were exploding all the time. Or they had these amazing tapestries or these like wallpapers that were painted in this particular shade of green, emerald green, that everybody was so infatuated by. Well, it turns out that green was cyanide. So people were like, that were sleeping next to their wallpaper would inhale it and would slowly poison themselves and die. Kids would, you know, lick the wallpaper because they're playing in the living room, and then they would die of poisoning and nobody would know why. And documentaries like that are so fascinating to me, but also because I love Agatha Christie. So I dig really deep into like all the possibilities that poisons were used. But could you imagine every household that had some sort of money had wallpapers with cyanide on them? Because cyanide is like a salt. So there was these huge cyanide mines. And it is said that back in the day, there was the amount of cyanide produced in the cyanide mines for wallpapers was enough to kill the entire planet. And so that's the type of documentary that really gets me going. Carrie says the September issue of Vogue. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, the September issue. Oh, wait. So T's asking me, did I watch 5'2"? No. Emilio says, I'm more into low budget stuff. I really don't like TV series and movies. Yeah, I'm weird. I only watch. Amelia, I don't know what that means. The abbreviations are, I'm really bad with them. OITNB for some reason. I don't know. Emma says I have to find that documentary. Orange is the New Black. Emilio, thank you. Yeah, you know I'm really bad with abbreviations. Okay, so you abbreviated Orange is the New Black. I never watched Orange is the New Black. I have to watch it. And guys, I have to confess one thing too while we're at it. I never watched Game of Thrones. Like never. I know a lot of the whole world watched it. I never watched it. But then a month ago or two, I thought to myself, okay, Dacob, it's time to give it a shot. Let's go for it. So the first 7 seasons, I watched them literally back to back, not back to back, but like one after the other. So in a span of 2 weeks or 1.5 weeks, I watched the entire freaking show. But, oh, Melinda's back. Hi, Melly. And then Debbie says, I have not yet, but I just got a free trial of HBO. Welcome back, Melinda. Emma says, Rick and Morty is great. I got to check out Rick and Morty. Pio Connell says, I haven't seen Orange is the New Black or Game of Thrones. Kindle says, hey there, Shady Diva. I'm not shady. Wait, guys, let me check on while we're at it on YouTube. What the show was that I found. Okay, here it is. All right, so the channel is called Sterling Documentaries. Sterling, like the money, Sterling Documentaries. And one of the episodes is called, okay, so the series is called, they have like all sorts of videos, but the series I like to watch is called Hidden Killers. And then you have Hidden Killers of the Victorian Home. Then you got like Hidden Killers of the Tudor Home. So like every epoch or decade or era of the British homes had certain things that they did not know from back in the day and that would kill them. And so it makes me think, what do we have today in our homes that is killing us and we're not aware of it? You know, like for example, they did not have any criteria how to build steps, like the perfect shape of a staircase. It wouldn't have the same distance of the steps, wouldn't always have the same height. So the servants that were living in the lower quarters, the steps to go to their area would be even tighter, poor people. So they would be dying, falling off of steps all the time because the steps would be different from one step to the other. Like that's, for example, a death trap right there in the home. Or, you know, they had no concept of bacterias. So when sugar was first imported, they would have these huge parties. So basically, they showed a skull of a human skull from the Middle Ages with the teeth and everything, compared to a skull from, like, I don't know, the Tudor or some era where sugar was first imported. And, like, you know, cavity, caries, how do you call it? You know, cavity. The teeth of the people that started eating sugar were rotten. They had no dentists. They didn't know bacteria existed. You could imagine the pain you die from when your teeth are rotting. But then the Middle Ages skulls, of course, didn't have sugar. The teeth were amazing. So they didn't know that sugar was bad for them. So they would have these parties where they would find ways to color the sugar, and with water and other substances would blast them together to create like shapes of food. So, like, for example, a table would be served with all sorts of foods, but they would all be made of sugar. And they would literally feast on this sugar, but they already had alcohol. But could you imagine mixing alcohol with sugar? What sort of a rush if your body, since generations or never in your DNA, have your ancestors had sugar? Now all of a sudden you're overdosing on sugar. Could you imagine how high they were at those parties and what horrible deaths they had to go through by getting cavities and stuff like that? So that's, like, super fascinating to find out, amongst other things, you know. Yeah, I'm such a geek for these things. I don't know if this interests you guys, but that's like documentaries I like to watch. So what else we got here? Kindle says indoor air quality is really bad. That may be killing us. Could be. Could be. I mean, the bunker too, you know, it's not very airy in here either. I have a filter system, but it's not like, you never know, you know. Simon says, sadly, I have to go. Bye bye, Dacob. Bye, everyone. Have a great night. Oh, bye, Simon. Thank you for stopping by. Forever Fragrant Kid says, I'm going to have to watch those documentaries. Yes, sterling documentaries on YouTube. It's also something great to, like, fall asleep to. But, of course, once you start watching them, you can't fall asleep, really. Hidden Killers of the Victorian Home. Emilio just subscribed to that channel. He loves that kind of stuff. I love it too. Kindle says, all right, we already read the comment. Kindle also says, sitting is so posed. Sitting is supposed to be really bad for you. So, well, but also standing too long is really bad for you too. I guess movement is the best. We should always constantly be in movement, no? But we get tired if we move too much. I'm clicking on Sterling documentaries because I want to see what other videos. Okay. So then there's a documentary about, like, the dark side of chocolate. So it's about, you know, exploitation, modern day slavery. So that's a heavy topic. Oh, then they have a great one they posted a month ago. I'm going to watch that one today. Ooh, oh yes, I also watched Hidden Killers of the Post-War Home. That's a really cool one. And they have hidden killers of the post First World War and Second World War, I think. Then they have The Origin of Life on Planet Earth, full documentary. Then they have the Roman Empire, Crisis of the 3rd Century. And they have the History of Our Sun. But these historic ones, Hidden Killers of the Edwardian Home, Hidden Killers of the Victorian Home, The True Story of Troy, Ancient War, History of Convict Australia, full documentary. I mean, you know, and it goes on and on and on, but I think it's super fascinating. I live for that stuff, and it inspires me. It really inspires me. Like, so the woman that's moderating this show, when one of these scientists or researchers told her that cyanide was on the wallpapers, he said, well, in this library we are in right now, or he took the book from the library, but, you know, they have to treat the book with gloves because it's the book from the time. It's a catalog book where people that could afford wallpaper, and mind you, why is all of a sudden wallpaper so important in those homes? Because they just got electricity. So for the first time ever, you could illuminate the inside of your house at any time of the day or night. So all of a sudden, walls became important because you could see the walls. You see, everything has its logic. So all of a sudden, people were interested in having these beautiful colors light up. You know, as if you turn up the light, you want to see the gray wall, the bunker. Now we're going back. Now we prefer the cement. I mean, I do. I love my cement. I love it. But that's another story. So you could imagine when they turn on their lamps, and they didn't know electricity could kill you. They had no isolation. They would have like electricity cables hanging all over the place. They would keep attaching stuff to the electrical cords to amplify the effect. Could you imagine like the amount of deaths per electric shock in those homes? But anyway, so this guy's showing her this book, which is a catalog of all the different colors of wallpapers, and he gets to the green one. And she looks at it and she says, but is this cyanide as well? He's like, yes, of course it is. This is cyanide too, because it shows us the original wallpaper from that time. The book is from that time. So he has this little machine that he kind of brings close to it to measure the quantity of poison. And the machine, you know, from this distance, the machine is like beep, 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 beep. And the machine goes crazy as he touches the cyanide. She's like, oh my God, it's still active. He's like, yeah, it's like a salt. So it's forever active. So if you get one of those like old school books that you hunt down somewhere, be very careful, guys. The book can poison you. And what book was that? Wasn't that Umberto Eco's The Name of the Rose or something like that? No, the Sean Connery was in the movie. Also, spoiler alert: the book poisoned everyone. Emilia says, I'm going to binge watch them after the live stream ends. Haha. Oh, Emilia, you're going to love it. I'm going to see some Twitter posts from you on the Edwardian era. Forever Fragrant Kid says, just subscribe to Sterling Documentaries. Yes. Melinda did too. Great, guys. Forever Fragrant Kid. Yes. Name of the Rose. Exactly. Name of the Rose. Umberto Eco described. Was it Umberto Eco? I think that's the author of the book. Bestseller book that then Hollywood bought the rights to, made the movie. Sean Connery was in it. It's a great movie. I actually, you know what? I think I want to rewatch it now. Emilia says, Sterling Documentary is getting that free promo. Yeah, I'm gladly giving it to them. Everything that's educational to me, if it's educational, it gets free promotion. Yes, if it's educational in the right way. Let's be very clear about this. Kindle says the book can poison you. I thought reading was good for us. This is trying to kill us. No, Kindle, books are good for you, but certain old books, when people use different materials to color pages, that's a bit dangerous because people didn't know much about chemistry back then. So a lot of some colors were poisonous and people didn't know. And then also in the Edwardian or the Victorian home, people had a different concept of beauty. And that's why I'm telling you guys, don't fall victim to freaking fashion of the season. It's going to be gone. Nobody's going to care for it. I'm telling you this. People have these preconceived notions of what beauty is according to the epoch they live in. Well, I might be wrong here. The Victorian or Edwardian era, I think in the Victorian era, they had this concept of how bread should look. Now, people were starving to death, but still, they thought it was noble or it looked fancier if the bread that they purchased was white. The whiter the bread, they thought, the better it is in quality. Little did they know that actually healthier bread nowadays, well, bread isn't never really good for you because our great ancestors, they only ate meat. So wheat is not something that kind of fits into our diet. So a lot of us can't really deal with wheat, but that's a different story. But anyway, so they would literally put chemicals. They would put like cement particles and all that shebang into the bread. First, because they wanted to save, the bread makers wanted to save money, and they wanted to utilize less flour. So they would mix the flour with, they would cut the flour with other ingredients, making it whiter, So people thought that that's more elegant, that's more noble. They would pay even more money for it, but they would be slowly poisoning themselves. A lot of children back in the day were very unhealthy. Scurvy, all that stuff was like roaming the streets because people were being fed with non-nutritious foods. And bread was a huge example. And then with time, you know, the law changed, and because they figured out, okay, we got to help our people live somehow and live longer lives. They're dying. They're falling like fruit flies. So, Angie says, eating an avocado sandwich while I watch this. Yummy. I wish I had avocado. Because like the sushi was meh. My first mukbang was kind of meh, you know? The food wasn't the best, I have to say. But well. Emma says, I heard that furniture and fabrics are treated with anti-flammable agents that are not good for us. Yes, they are. Oh my God. Then there was this, wow. And then you're going to see in another episode, they showcase radium. So when they first discovered radium, you know, and radium is a radioactive metal, they did not know what radioactivity means. They did not know that it can alter your DNA, your internal structure, and that it can kill you, that you get leukemia, that you could get cancer, that you could get organal dysfunctions. I mean, all sorts of mutations. It literally mutates your DNA structure, radioactive matter. But radium kind of, they were so amazed by radium because radium irradiates light from within. It's freaking radioactive. Of course it irradiates light from within, but they didn't know that. So this is so sad. This is so sad, guys. And of course, who suffered the most? The poor women. Because with radium, what they did was, my God, I entitled this video Mukbang, and here I'm talking about poison and death. This, only I can do something like this, guys. This is like makes no sense, so I do apologize. Okay, so listen. So they used radium because it kind of lights up at night. So they would put it next to their beds. They would paint, women would do that in factories. They would paint the hours of the clocks. So from the 12 to the 11 with radium, so that you have the clock next to your bed, and when you open your eyes at night, you see it glows in the dark. But the problem is that these brushes that they use to paint these numbers on these clocks, they would have to lick the tip of the brush, dip it into the radium substance, and then paint, and then lick and paint. And all of these women died of radioactive poisoning, but some of them developed, there's a specific name for the type of jaw dysfunction. They would get these cancers and genetic mutations of the jaw that would like make their jaw double the size, and it was tragic. So you can imagine a lot of human sacrifice had to happen for us today to know what is poisonous and not poisonous for us, you know. And as Emma said, a lot of the agents used even nowadays for furniture and a lot of substances are still poisonous. But they're considered legal, you know. So we're definitely far away from the future where, you know, human beings live in unison with nature, and our technology has absolutely nothing to do with like gases and benzene and, you know, all those oils and stuff, but just like, you know, natural organic energy. We might not even make it there, guys, because at the rate this world is turning and changing and how all the shit is going down, like, I don't know, all those beautiful movies of the future where everybody's like dressed in white and it's all clean and we're all like floating, you know, nature is beautiful and it's always, the sun is always shining. I don't know if we're going to get there, to be honest with you. Emilio, radium mukbang. Emilia says, well, that's how humanity got smarter. We learned from those mistakes. Yes, some of us did. Some of us didn't. Kindle says, I think we will look back at this time in 50 to 100 years. The gas-powered cars are going to seem crazy. Cars are just farting poison in the air. That's true. If we live that long. Debbie says we have the worst quality up here in Alaska. Really? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I thought you had like less cars because there's like less cars there. But what, you get like all the bad air sucked up to there? Maybe it's like some sort of physical streaming. I don't know how it works. Angie says, I think there's still time to fix the planet. Yeah, I'm optimistic too, you know. Yeah, so it's, you have to be optimistic, you know, no matter what happens. Debbie says, people burn everything for heat, even tires. Listen, to survive, people would burn anything to survive. Darla says, on a positive note, that crazy town healthcare bill was shot down today. Oh, okay. So wait, tell us about the crazy town healthcare bill. Amelia, last time we were chatting, also you were talking about the voting. I've read about the vote in Germany, and you said you can't vote, but it's like pretty nasty, the results. What's going down there? Angie says to Darla, apropos the crazy town healthcare bill, Angie says, thank goodness for that. Millions would have suffered and died if it would have passed. P. Call says, have to go to art class. Great stream. Thank you so much, P. And have a great time in art class. Be inspired and show them who's the boss. Kindle says, political stuff. We don't want to get political here. Amelia says, absolutely disgusting. Now we're getting political. Shit. Yeah, this neo-Nazi party has 13% of the votes, and they have 90 seats in the parliament. Emilio, didn't you just say that we learned from the past? And yet Germany has 90 seats in the parliament for extreme right wing? Way to go. Darla says, Trump care voted down. Several Republicans voted no. Fight's not over, but thank goodness. Listen, Debbie says, yes, we have to be the party of love, not politics here. This is the thing. That's what I wanted to say. People will always choose sides. And I'm not naive. I'm very much aware of that. I know that some of you love something and some of you love something else. But no matter how much you feel propelled and inclined to have to or to want to choose a political side, no matter where you decide to go to, you're a free human being. You're free to choose. That's fine by me. But remember one thing. Choices always have consequences. And I just say, no matter where you decide to go, independently from where you decide to go, don't forget one thing. What unites us all is that we are all in the same boat. We're all human beings. None of us is better or worse than the other. So politics should not divide us or separate us. Politics should, if done properly, help us open each other's eyes to the needs of one another. And you need a certain amount of altruism, a lot of altruism, to be able to try to put your feet into somebody else's shoes. And I think only if you make that step and put your feet into somebody else's shoes can you really understand where they are coming from. This is best case scenario, because I'm thinking in terms of, okay, human beings knowing something, having a sort of education, having a sensitivity and sensibility towards one another. If you have that sensitivity and sensibility towards one another, then you could conquer all sort of division and separation. And politics do separate, but if used properly, they can really also unite, because they have the potential of opening one another's eyes to certain points or topics of importance, But I am also very much, I'm not naive. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm also very much aware of the fact that most politics are used for the wrong reason. So bearing all that in mind, that's why I try to avoid the political discussion and debate on this channel, because I wouldn't want us to fall into that trap of separating each other from one another because of a political choice. That's unnecessary to me, you know? Politicians also have wives, husbands, children, people they love. Non-politicians also love. All parties have somebody they love close to them, their family. See, we have similarities, and so you have to, that's why I get so irritated with politics, because I have the feeling they're just used nowadays to separate. It's a totally wrong perspective. Anyway, Emma says, Midnight Poison is discontinued. Girl, since like many years. Atlan says, that is why I take no sides in politics, because it's all about power. Exactly. And Forever Fragrant Kid says something very intelligent. Money is politics, unfortunately. True. And money is a big, big issue. A big rock on our path to happiness. It literally blocks us all from being happy. Jake says, on a lighter note, have you tried Midnight Poison by Dior? It's sadly discontinued. I know you love the original one. I have tried Midnight Poison many years ago, but I unfortunately never purchased it. And now I, of course, regret not purchasing it, because Midnight Poison is discontinued. It has been discontinued since many years. Emilia's like, girl, they sell it for $500 on secondhand markets. Atlan says the ones who control politics are the lobbyists. Jake, yes, it's very hard to come by Midnight Poison. Yves Saint Laurent Elle is similar to Midnight Poison, and it's really beautiful. Well, Emilia just gave us a tip, so if anybody wants to come close to Midnight Poison, sniff YSL's or Yves Saint Laurent's Elle. Emma says, I was thinking about another perfume. Which one? Let me see. Do I have something? I'm really liking Agent Provocateur. I know Agent Provocateur is not everybody's piece of cake. It's so intense, it lasts a couple of days on my skin. But that rose with gardenia and vetiver. Debbie says, Dacob, tell me les exclusives to try for the first time today. What do you mean? You still have a couple of them that you haven't tried yet? Well, which ones do you have? Forever Fragrant Kid is asking Emma, which poison were you thinking of, Emma? Hypnotic poison? Emma says, the Dior Addict in the dark blue bottle. I just saw Dior Midnight and I thought of that. Okay, so Dior Addict also, I mean, reformulated, but I kind of really like today's reformulation of Dior Addict Eau de Parfum. I know it's not the same as the 2000 or 2002 first edition, but the 2012 version was, but like from 2014 onwards, they reformulated it, and now to me, the dry down is closer to the original. I love the dry down of Addict. Ooh, I think tomorrow I might wear Addict. No, I can't. You see, I have to be very careful what I wear to class, because in school, then I don't want to, because we're like all sitting next to each other, and I can't just like kill people around me with the smell. I want to be very friendly. I don't, these people have to spend months and months with me. I don't want to make them suffer. Some people don't like perfumes like I do. Debbie's hoarding samples. So Debbie, which one should you try? Okay, you don't have Jersey, but you have all the others. But if you have all the others, which ones did you not try? So I would say 31 Rue Cambon, if you haven't tried it already. I don't remember if you told me if you have tried it already or not, but 31 Rue Cambon could be something for today. Warm and calculating at the same time. It's a wonderful fragrance. Very, very, very haute couture. Oh, perfect. Debbie hasn't tried it yet. Oh, I'm so curious what you gonna think about it. Emilio says, Addict is my favorite vanilla. I even prefer it over Hypnotic Poison. Wow. Emma likes it too. Apple says, oh, sorry, is it Apple? No, Angie. Oh my God, I can't see. I'm blind. I have two huge spotlights like blasting into my face. So that added to the little tiny text, and it's a miracle I'm reading anything. Angie says, got to start working on my YouTube video for tomorrow. Enjoy the chat. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Well, Angie, we're gonna tune in, I guess. What is it gonna be about? Because I don't know. Angie Lupus Life. Debbie says, okay, I have not tried. Oh my God, I'm repeating the same comment. Furry Fragrance says 31 Rue Cambon is a modern day classic. Totally agree. Bye, Angie. Emilia says, you forgot to put your sushi in the fridge. Oh, yeah, but that's okay. I'll put it in the fridge. I mean, it's not like it's going to go bad in an hour. Oh, nice. Angie's going to be posting a vegan food haul. I want to get more into the vegan stuff. I know I need my meat, but it's interesting like how you could find different ways of nourishment always. Bialix says, which one would you consider more classically masculine? Bialix, you know that's a bad question to ask me. I don't see perfumes as masculine or feminine. I really don't. Never. It's just a concept in your mind, thinking that one thing smells of man and one thing smells of women when they're floral and chemical substances mixed together. It makes no sense. Emilio says, there are so many alternatives that taste like actual meat. It creeps me out. Yeah, that is a bit creepy to me too. And also, Emilio, be careful. Tofu is a very dangerous food. You got to read more in depth about it. But a friend of mine, she's like a health nutritionist or whatever you call those. And she told me, she's like, Dacob, be very careful with tofu. Because I had a period I was like binging on tofu. And she's like, be careful because what it does, what did she say? It does something in the body. It blocks, it connects itself to certain processes and blocks you from digesting foods, and it turns everything into fat much quicker. What's it called? There's like a name. There's like a process that you gotta Google it. Darla says, bye now, have a sweet night. Have a sweet night, Darla. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, Debbie is loving 31 Rue Cambon so far. Great. Forever Fragrant Kid says it. Fragrance is genderless. Emilio says, it is. Soya is really bad for you. I don't eat it. Oh, good. That's good. Yeah, especially if you have thyroid problems. Yeah, and also if you have thyroid problems, they also say you should never eat the algae or alga, the seaweed, you know, because it's really, really intense for the thyroid. So they say like avoid it. And Debbie says it also messes with your hormones. Yeah, soya does, definitely. Edamame totally messes that. Those are soybeans. They're full of estrogen, plant estrogen, but still. Forever Fragrance says soy messes with the hormones. Yeah, it does very much. So yeah. Well, guys, we're at 84 minutes. Oh my God, time just flies. Yeah. Again, it's a too long video because I notice when my videos are too long, people don't really watch them, and that's a shame. Almond milk for me only, Debbie says. Yeah, almond milk is really good. Just don't get the sugared one. Get the unsweetened one. It can be really delicious. But then, you know, they find out stuff like, you know, every year there's something new coming out saying, oh, but almond milk isn't good for you. There was like this agave syrup is the best. It's better than honey, natural honey. And then like 1 year later, they say, oh, no, agave syrup is really bad for you. Kale diets, you know, LA is obsessed with kale. And then all of a sudden, like, turns out, no, kale has too much iron or some metals in it that's not good for you. I'm like, something's gonna kill you anyway. Oxygen oxidizes you as well, frees the radicals. That's really unhealthy for us. With every breath we take, we kill ourselves a little bit more. It's what it is. That's how we're cursed. We're gonna die. So what you gonna do? The soul needs its part too. If you like eating certain things, I love chocolate. I love brownies. Are they good for me? Meh. But they taste amazing. I'm really happy after I ate them. So at least I'm happy. He says everything is bad for you, Lo. Yeah, exactly. Jake says, any vetiver fragrance similar to Chanel Sycamore? I love that one. I wish it was cheaper though. I have tried Guerlain Vetiver and I don't like it. Encre Noir by Lalique sadly doesn't last time. Encre Noir is definitely like Sycamore, but I would suggest, oh, I always forget the name, but somebody already told me on YouTube, and I tried out a tester from Cartier. There is a vetiver fragrance from Cartier. I think they discontinued it though. What was it called? Something vetiver. It smells just like sycamore. Out of the bottle. On the skin, I don't know. Emilia says everything is bad for you if you eat too much from it. True. Atlan says everything in moderation. True. Emilia says Encre Noir lasts really long, but some people can't smell ISO E super. Yeah. Some people just don't really notice, but that's what I always say to people, like, just because you guys don't smell it on yourselves doesn't mean that other people don't smell it on you. Same thing applies for our body, acknowledging the presence of a fragrance on our skin. Mostly when a perfume is new, our body isn't used to it. So our body keeps triggering an alarm signal telling us something smells different than your usual environment would smell like. It's a potential poison. Just like babies, newborns, when they're old enough to start eating bitter foods, like spinach, for example, which is not to us anymore when we're grown up. It ain't considered bitter, but when you're a baby, it's considered bitter. They don't like it because their body rejects it. It says poison, because bitter is poison. Same with perfume. The second you're wearing a new perfume that smells different to your body than your usual habitat, it's going to trigger the alarm, and you're always going to be hypersensitive to it. You're going to smell it all the time. And the more you wear the perfume, and the more your body's going to get used to it, and you're going to go like, your body's going to stop signaling the alarm that there's a different smell around you, because it's the same smell always around you. And then in fact, your body will blend out or blend into the background the consciousness of that smell. So indeed, you're going to think, oh, this perfume, the quality is getting worse and worse. The more I use it, I smell it less and less. But indeed, you're not smelling it less and less. I mean, you are smelling it less and less, but the quality isn't deteriorating. Others around you will probably smell it more and more, because you will probably start using more and more, thinking you got to overdose it in order to smell it, which is just going to kill everybody around you, but you still won't be able to smell it. You know what I mean? You're going to be like adding more and more to the dosage. So be careful with that. You know, that's why I also say I love a variety of different fragrances, because I always keep them in rotation. That way I don't get used to them too much. Emma says, I bought number 22. I know you didn't like the reformulation, but I liked it for everyday wear. It's great on my skin. Yeah, the eau de parfum I don't like, but hey, in lack of anything else, but I would suggest you to buy number 22, the pure parfum. That one is still available. Invisible Girl 422, perfect choice for fragrance today. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy you're liking it. 31 Rue Cambon. It's amazing. Oh, it's like a dream. And Debbie, wait another hour. You're going to be like melting into it. Jake says, oh, I'll have to hunt the Cartier one. Yeah, I don't know the name though. Melinda says, I say just enjoy life. Yes. Emilia says, Cartier La Panthère is amazing too. Debbie says, being asonomic. Oh, is that the word for it when you don't smell the fragrances on you anymore after you've used them so much? Or is it the state you are before you get used to something? I have to Google that word. Jake says, yeah, I get nose blindness when wearing some fragrances. Debbie can't wait to see how the fragrance develops. 31 Rue Cambon. And, okay, Forever Fragrant Kid says, anosmic. Anosmic. All right. So that's our like Star Trek. Anosmic. That's our salute. Anosmic to the world. So guys, thumb up this video if you liked it. We gotta cut it short because like the longer it gets, the more people are not gonna rewatch this thing. You know, they're gonna be like, oh my god, is he blabber for 90 minutes? Anosmic, everybody, and don't ever give up on love. Anosmic. And if you haven't already, but do wish to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Yeah, thumb up this video if you liked it. God, you're all lazy with those thumbs. It's like nobody clicks on the thumbs. This is the thing. The more we thumb it up, and the more YouTube pushes it into the world. That's kind of the deal with these thumbs, you know? They help us divulge the information, because if the thumbs aren't uppeth, then YouTube is like, something's fishy. Yeah, there it is. In this case, literally, something is fishy, right? Sushi. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So what are we going to go out with a bang? Are we going to do dance party again? I'm getting repetitive. Okay, we're going to do dance party. To the beat of Emilio's new hit single coming out to a record store near you. Flashiest vlog yet. Lol. Gary, you're hilarious. T says, great seeing everyone. Yeah, it was really great seeing you guys. Emilio's laughing. Yeah, you're laughing, kiddo, but I know you're going to make it big time. Melissa says, love you guys. See you soon. Yes, see you soon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and, you know, for making life more livable, really, because I really look forward to our live streams and live chats, because it's just like literally, you know, my friends in my bunker. That's what it is. Love you all, and see you very soon, sooner than you think. Bye.